basically what I did in R Studio to create the three different kinds of plots, the scatter plot, the density plot, and the bar plot. What I did inside of R to create those. So I started out basically like you did in your example videos by installing readxl and then using the library command to call it forward, but I kept getting all these different error messages. It can find my data set somehow, or it can pull the variables from within them, even after I imported from the dataset, imported dataset from here, using the from Excel, and they showed up on here, and it still wouldn't somehow. So I just looked online, and it said you can manually attach them using the attach command. So I used a dataset cars that I found online. My survey dataset wasn't really proper enough for some of these plots, and I thought cars would work best for my scatter plot here. A little bit of information for this. It basically has a lot of different instances of cars traveling at different miles per hour, and it shows how long it takes for them to stop in feet once the brakes are slammed. So I used plot here, and the first variable that you put in is plotted on the x-axis, and the second is plotted on the y. So speed and distance are shown here. PCH 24, this basically, number 24 corresponds to the triangles. I looked online, and there's this huge list of different numbers, and it shows that the number 24 is the equilateral triangle. Main refers to the main title of the plot and what you want it to be called. Color main refers to the color of the main title. I changed it to gray, and then somehow couldn't change it back to black, so I typed in black here and it worked perfectly fine. X label refers to the label you want the x-axis. Y label, same thing with the y. And color black, I changed the dots too, but then I read in your assignment that you wanted black dots, so I changed them back to black. Moving on to the next plot, which is the density plot, I attached the education data set using the command attached, and installed the package SM, the smoothing methods, and then called it forward with the library. And line 11 here is a line that actually creates the density plot. And it compares the different regions with that. And per capita expenditure is what you see here on the x-axis, and then separated by the comma here, you see the different regions that are plotted because of region. X label, again, refers to the label you want on your x-axis, and the color C equals C here refers to the lines that you want and what colors you want them to be. And that is information that corresponds with the first line here when you're pushing factor onto region F. And again, just like you see here, it pulls different levels from region, and you're defining them 1, 2, 3, 4, and what you want them to be labeled. Line 12 here basically gives the name to the plot, and color main is the main color of the main title, black. Color fill, just to see what this line did, I deleted it, and it allowed me to put a legend here, but it took out all the colors. And then I deleted this, and nothing happened. It all broke. But this puts the legend here. Locator 1, I changed that to 2, and it allowed me to put 2. Levels, it's pulling from region F, this here. It's pulling the different levels, and it's filling them with the colors that you're doing, from the colors that you're defining through here. That was a doozy. Moving on to the next one is the bar plot, attaching the same data set. I probably didn't need to do that, but I did anyways. Bar plot table, it basically builds a contingency table at each level of region. So we have 4 different levels of region. The main function here, again, gives the title to the main title to the plot. Horizontal true changes what you saw from what was a vertical chart normally, and it turns it horizontal, which then if you put that in last, you have to change your X label and Y labels, which again defines the axes, respectively. And then I changed the color of the bars just because I wanted to. Why not? And then the color of the main title is black. So I hope that was enough explaining. If not, I'd be more than happy to remake the video and further explain based on your comments.